Dear students, how are you? Hopefully you all are doing well. This is Amit Saha, lecturer, Department of Mathematics, Milestone College. Today we are going to discuss about some basic part of chapter 8.1. Actually, in our trigonometric section from chapter 8 we get 3 chapters, 8.1, 2 and 3. But today we are actually talking about only 8.1's basic part. This lecture is very important because you will understand about some angles in trigonometry part. Generally you are very familiar about the geometric part, but in trigonometry there is some difference with the angles. So hopefully you will watch the lecture very attentively. Let's have a look our today's class. So dear students, according to our lesson plan, today we are going to discuss about chapter 8 trigonometry. And especially we are talking about the basic part of chapter 8.1. And in 8.1 actually it is obviously the part of trigonometry. So first of all we need to understand that what actually the meaning of trigonometry is. Actually if we break down the trigonometry word into 3 parts, then we'll get actually trigon and metry. So here tri, that means 3, gon, that means angle, and metry, the word metry, actually the meaning of it is measurement. So the trigonometry means the measurement of 3 angle. It's a very important thing. The meaning of trigonometry is measurement of 3 angles. And my dear students, you have already known from your general mathematics part that trigonometry actually talking about the measurement of 3 angles. Obviously it is true, and we are especially talk with the right angle triangle. Okay, so in this section chapter 8.1 we are actually first trying to focus on the angles. In angles we have actually 2 types of angle. In this chapter 8.1 we have been discussed. Our first types of angle is angle of in geometry, angles in geometry, and the number 2 thing is angles in trigonometry. Actually what is the 2 types of actually angle has been talking about these chapters. What is the angle of geometry and what is the angle of trigonometry? My dear students, we have already known that generally how the angle has been created. We all know that if 2 lines, say for example these 2 lines have started from a same point, from that, if 2 lines has started from a same line, then we can say there creates an angle. So in geometry it can be this angle or that angle or that angle or this or this. That means in this geometry part we can find the angle in 0 degree to 360 degree. Maybe you can't understand why I wanted to say 0 or 360 and how it comes. To understand this part we have to understand a thing, that is the quadrant part. Quadrant. There is 4 quadrants and it's looks like this. Here it is first quadrant, it's second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant, and the value of it is 0 degree, and 0 degree to this part is 90 degree. From here to here it is 90, that means 0 to 180. So this is 90, this is 90, this part is also 90. So 90 plus 180 is 270, and 270 plus 90 is 360. That means in geometry the interval to find out the angle is 0 degree to 360 degree, because there are 2 lines we are actually talking about which are starting from a single point. So the interval of geometry can be talking about this way, that it can be 0 is less or equal theta is less or equal 360. Okay, so this is the geometry angle, but the angles in trigonometry says it can be rotated more and more. That means after this part this can be rotated again That means, say for example, our angle has been just going this word, and up to this part it is 360, and if it just cross the limit and creating this angle, I mean this angle, then this actually the more than 360 degree. On that time, generally we take our help from angles in trigonometry part. Clear? So in trigonometry actually there is no boundary. It can be the 0 to infinity. It can be any angle. Clear? So this is the angle. So here we maybe one question arises in your mind that we are starting from here and we are going this word, isn't it? So this is the very important thing to understand the two types of angle. One is positive and another is negative angle. So now our topic is what is the positive angle and what's the negative angle. Okay. So now our discussion topic is positive and negative angle. Okay. Positive and negative angle. So what about that positive and negative angle? My dear students, we have already known that there is 4 quadrant we have. How? Here we have seen that this is our first quadrant. Here we have seen our second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant, isn't it? So if we get an angle, say for example we can say that we are trying to focus on this angle. I mean this ray and this ray, which types of angle has been created. So generally we have started from this part. This is the way, or this is the line where we are generally our counting has been starting. So from here, if we count this part as this way, that is anti-clockwise. Generally clockwise, clock generally runs this way and the anti-clockwise part is this way. So when we are counting angle going anti-clockwise, then we get the positive angle. So if the angle has been created in how, if we are going to anti-clockwise, and this angle actually the positive theta. Okay, or we get the positive angle. Similarly, if we are thinking that this is a line, so this line is also creating two types of angle. Say for example, you can say this is the angle has been created by moving anti-clockwise. So this angle is the positive angle, but it is a very big angle. This is 90, 90, 90, so 270 plus something. But if we are thinking by going this word or the clockwise, then we get the negative angle. So it is the negative theta. Clear? So if the angle has been created or denoted by going clockwise, then we get the negative angle. Okay, so this is the basic part of negative and positive angles. Now we are trying to focus on our next part, that is example. So to understand the positive and negative angle, we are going to focus on our example. So which types of example? Say for example, we are thinking that we'll find two angles. One is positive 430 degree and another is minus 430 degree. So we have to just thinking that in which way we get these two angles. So first we are trying to focus on 430, how this angle can be looking like. Okay, so here we draw the first quadrant part, and from here, if since this is positive, so in which direction we'll going for? Exactly, that will be the anti-clockwise, isn't it? So here is 430. So 430, that means what? It is 430, and if we are thinking that it is 360 degree plus 70 degree, then we'll get actually 430. Why we are writing 360 degree? Because if we start from here to here, it is 90, 180, 270, 360. Okay, from 360 we already know this is 0, this is 90, this is 180, this is 270, this is 360, and obviously from here to here the distance between these two is 90 degree. So 70 may be this part, so the angle will be looks like here. So if we draw a line up to this part, then this is the angle actually the for 430 degree angle. So 430 degree can be drawn by this way. Why we are going this word? Because it was positive angle. Clear? Okay. Similarly, we are going to focus on now to draw the negative 430. First of all, how we can go for minus part? Exactly, it should be clockwise. So our starting part should be this line, and from here we'll going clockwise. So it should be going this word 90, 180, 270, 360 plus something. So our minus 430 degree can be looking this word. I think, my dear students, you can understand that if the angle is positive, then the direction should be the anti-clockwise, and if the angle negative, then it should be clockwise. Clear? Thank you. So if you have clear about this part, then we are going to talk about two types of angle in this lecture. So dear students, now we will discuss about the measurement of angles. To measure the angle, we will use two unit system. One is sexagesimal system and another is circular system. So what actually these two system has been talking about? Okay, so in sexagesimal system, actually they are talking about three things. One is degree, second is minute, and third is second. So degree, minute and second. So here, what is the relationship between degree, minute and second in sexagesimal system are discussing about? Here actually, if we are thinking that these are our four coordinate system, and we know that all of that are actually 360 degree. So if we draw this as a circle, say for example, and actually it is 360 degree, and if we divide this 360 degree into 360 degree parts, that means say for example from here to here we already know that is 90 degree, that means it will be cutting down by 90 degree part. Say for example that this is 1 degree, this is 2 degree, and by this way we'll get from here to here we'll get 90 parts. That means after 90 parts we'll get a 90 degree angle. Since we have already actually separate this or intersect this part into 360 parts. So here from here, since it is 1 degree, and from here to here it is 90 degree, and this 90 degree actually creates a one right angle, that is one right angle. That is the first relationship with degree with the what right angle part. Okay, so here we have already telling that it has been actually separated into 90 parts. That means this is actually the 1 degree. So what about the 1 degree? 1 degree can be divided into 60 part. That is, in 60 minutes 1 degree has been found, and this 1 minute can be divided into 60 seconds. So these are the relationship in sexagesimal systems. Okay, so these are actually the basic concept of sexagesimal. Okay, to understand the circular system, we have to understand about the radian angle. What is actually the radian angle is? To understand this radian angle, we have to understand what is 1 radian. 1 radian is what? to understand the 1 radian, we have to going first for a circle first. Say for example, this is a circle, and in this circle this is the center, and if we just adding from here to here, we get the radius r, and just take this length and just cutting down in this part is equals to r, then just add these 2 points, that is this is also r. That means this actually creates an angle theta. So this arc, which arc actually equal to the radius, has been creating an angle in center. This angle is known as the radian angle or 1 radian angle. That means we can say that radian angle is such a thing for in circle, the radius, if we cutting down from the arc, is equal to the radius, and the angle has been created into the center, that is called the radian angle. So generally radian angle can be denoted by c. So 1 radian is actually 1 c, that means it is 1 radian angle. And in the circular system, actually we are talking about this radian system or radian angle. So my dear students, we have understand about this part about the measurement of angles. Now we will discuss about the relationship between sexagesimal system with the circular system. That means what is the basic relationship with this radian into degree or degree into radians. So let's see about the relationship. So now the relationship. Relation between the sexagesimal angle and circular angle. We have already understand that it is 180 degree equal pi radian. So what about 1 degree? 1 degree is pi by 180 radian. Okay. Similarly, what I was just said, that if we going for this way, that pi radian is 180 degree, then 1 radian should be 180 by pi degree. So this is the relation. So now we have already known that 6 types of angle we are focusing on when we are going to talk about sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, and cosec. On the time actually we see that 30, 0 degree, 45, 60 and 90 degree we are calling for. So what about this degree will be in radian? So what is should be 0 degree, then what should be 30 degree, 60 degree, 45 degree or 90 degree. We'll just convert it into radian now. So how we can go for it? We have already known that 1 degree is pi by 180. So what about 30 degree? So if we convert this into this part, so it should be pi by 180 into 30. So it should be pi by 6. So 30 degree in radian, it should be pi by 6. 60 degree, it should be pi by 180 into 60. So it should be pi by 3. Just cutting down this 2, we'll get this. So what about 45 degree? It can be pi by 180 into 45, that is pi over 4. So my dear students, in mathematics section, we actually already know that 0, 30, 60, 45 and 90, these are very familiar angle for us. Now we are trying to focus on to understand the degree part into radian, that is the circular part. So in 30 degree can be known as pi by 6 in radian. In 60 degree we can say this in radian it is pi by 3. 45 in radian it is pi by 4. So we can actually make any angle into radian by following these formats. Okay, so now we are going to see a mathematical problem. So our mathematical problem is, if we express an angle by d degree and r radian in radian and circular system, prove that d over 180 equal r by pi. To solve these types of problem, we can go for this way actually. Here what actually talking about, that we express an angle by d degree, that means it is sexagesimal system, and r radian in radian, that is a circular system. Here is given circular system. Now we need to prove d over 180 equal r by pi. So what's the relationship we know between the degree and radian? Exactly, we know 1 degree equal pi over 180 radian. So what will be d degree? It should be pi over 180 into d. So my dear students, here the question says the angle has been actually expressed by two ways. One is d degree, and that d degree actually equal to the r radian. That means we have found that d degree is this. So according to question, this angle equal to the, in radian we get r. So according to question, what we can say, this d degree and r radian are the same thing. So r radian equals to pi by 180 into d. It should be the radian. Since these two are both radian, so we can just neglect the symbol. So here r by pi and d by 180. So if pi has been going in that word, then it should be d over 180. Just write it by this way, d over 180 equal r over pi. So here we get our final proof by following ways. Clear? So that's our required proof. So thank you my dear students to watch this video. Hopefully this lecture is very beneficial for you. Try to understand this video by watching for second times and write all the notes necessary. Thank you. That's all.